Welcome back to the OKC Foodcast, your guide to the food in Oklahoma. Across from me is Rachel Cope, CEO of 84 Hospitality. So I'm very excited to have her on the pod. You're like a mainstay of food in Oklahoma.
I never think about it like that, but every once in a while people say things and I just have to say, yeah.
I guess so.
Sure.
But before we get into 84 Hospitality and Rachel and all the good hangouts that they have, quick shout out to our sponsor, Vault 405 up here in downtown Edmond, for providing the space for this pod. If you're looking for a place to record your podcast, work outside your house, get an office, this is a great spot. So check out Vault 405, powered by Citizens Bank of Edmond. All right, Rachel, we always start with the favorite thing that we ate this week.
Okay. Ooh, I saw that question there and I was like, I don't remember. You know, we were just talking about Burger Punk, and this is not like a shameless plug, but the whiskey mushroom burger there, if you haven't had it yet, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Also, my sister made some banana pudding from scratch the other day.
Ooh.
That was also delicious.
Ooh.
The other thing that sticks out in my mind, last one, is the sea bass karaage at Awaji. I'd never had that before, and oh my God, it was so rich and so good, and Richard's amazing.
Okay, that sounds really good.
It was.
I'm going to have to try that next time I'm there.
For sure.
My favorite thing wasn't anything terribly exciting because I'm trying to meal prep and, you know, be good. So my wife made a little bean, corn, onion, kind of like oki caviar.
Yeah.
But we put our own little spin on it. I have this spice blend that I've made for fries because I've started doing some pop-ups. Mm-hmm. Fun stuff.
Plug it.
Fun. I know, why not, right?
Well, what's the company? What are the spices called?
The pop-up is called Sweet and Spicy Street Food.
Okay.
And it's I'd say inspired by Pakistani street food because that's where I grew up. So I'm taking some of those flavors and putting them into forms of sliders. And
delicious.
And then I remember these masala fries, like out on the street of Pakistan. I explained, like, think of Cajun fries, but with Pakistani spices. And so I made my own little spice blend, and apparently my friends use it on everything. So I was like, let's try putting some of that in there.
My God, we'll have to hit you up. We've been talking about some new pizza features for Empire and like some different flavors, and you're kind of speaking what I've been thinking about.
Oh, look, this was meant to happen.
So we'll link up on that down the road.
Oh, I'm excited now. Also a little nervous.
We'll do it together. We'll be all right.
All right, sweet. So yeah, we made some of that and put that spice blend in there, and I mean, I didn't necessarily miss chicken or beef that day.
Yeah, the spices carried it through.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's kind of, that was my eat of the week.
Nice.
So just mix up your oki caviar and different flavors. It'll be exciting again.
Love it.
All right, so Rachel, lots of hangouts. I don't even want to start counting them because I'm sure we'll forget some. Some have come and gone. I really enjoyed Neon when it was there in the plaza.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
That was just like I don't know. We wanted to build something kind of like happy. We had no real coffee shop in the Plaza District, which was crazy for how many stores and neighborhood and, you know, kind of all that there. We had moved our slice shop to Nichols Hills Plaza, but we still had a lease on the space. Mm-hmm. So rather than just pay the lease with nothing, what does a neighborhood need?
Why not?
But also take a regular coffee shop and kind of flip it on its head.
Yeah.
And it looked like an Apple store, but with, you know, great music. It was just, you know, we wanted people to walk in and feel light and happy. And it was a loud coffee shop with tiki coffee drinks and just crazy stuff. I'm keeping that one in my pocket. Maybe she'll pop back up one day, but
oh, nice. A little,
yeah,
pop up.
Yeah, that's like a lot of the stores that have kind of come and gone or things we've tested. It might not have worked in that moment, but a lot of those ideas we still think about. They may resurface. Yeah, so I'm glad to hear that you liked that one.
Yeah, that was fun. Everyone that we took there had a great time. So, yeah, I'm thinking about Neon. I think I used to get I can't even remember what I got. I'd be like, whatever you recommend this week.
Man, whatever the great. Macadamia chai drink we did was so good. Yeah. He was making that chai syrup from scratch, and it was really, really awesome.
Yeah, I think that's what set it apart for me was made the syrups from scratch. And most things that y'all do, I think that attention to detail is there.
Well, we have to set ourselves apart.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I feel like the stuff we can make things better than what you can buy. And also a lot of the time it's cheaper to do it that way. It just takes a little more time and attention, but
yeah.
But
just a little more time.
A little more time. Not too much.
Yeah. All right. So where it all started, Empire.
Mm-hmm.
That started as a competition, right?
Yeah.
And you're a fairly competitive person.
Extremely. I was playing some ping pong with cups the other day. And yeah. Anyways, I lost and I just launched the ping pong ball just right at my friend who won, and I felt much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just got to release it sometimes.
Yeah, I just need to let it out, but I always tell people, if you see me like out and about, please don't ask me to play games like darts or pool. It's just not going to go well for me. Even if I win, it's still not good enough. So
you're like, I missed that shot that one time.
Yeah, it could have been better.
Yeah, I could have ran the table.
Totally. But yeah, super competitive, and I was working at some local restaurants here in the city after I bypassed law school and just decided to stay waiting tables and kind of taking a break from, one, spending money on college, and two, being so regimented, just wanted to have fun for a little while. Saw like a post online for a contest for an old laundromat in the Plaza District, and it was like a citywide contest where everybody would submit their ideas online. We were seeing everything from like the video arcade laundromat bars, which have sort of exist now. I know there's one in Tulsa, flower shops, and just salons. And, you were kind of seeing people say all these things they wanted to see there. And, reached out to a friend of mine, and we put together kind of like a funny cafe idea that didn't win, but luckily the landlords came back to us maybe like a month later and said, do you have any other ideas? Like, we like you guys, but that idea, we don't think that's going to work. And they were right. But I had just gotten back from Austin, Texas. It was my first time to visit there, and went to Home Slice Pizzeria, South Congress, which is an area sort of similar to the Plaza District. At least it was in 2011, 2012, before it became so commercialized down there in Austin now. But anyway, we just said pizza, didn't know how to make pizza. And so anyway, I ended up going to pizza school in San Francisco, getting certified as at Tony Gimignani's International School of Pizza. Nice. Was the only woman certified in Oklahoma, and he's a pretty famous pizza person.
Oh yeah,
he's like the guy.
Yeah.
And he kind of took me under his wing there, and it was super cool. And came back, and literally those ingredients, like how he taught me to make the dough, the importance of quality cheese and tomatoes, we still do that to this day. I think that's truly what has set Empire apart from some other places, is just no matter what, we have to keep doing these three things. No matter the roller coaster ride of cost of goods that we've been on, we have to find other ways so that we don't have to cut and sacrifice this thing that makes it what it is.
Yeah, because your product's a star.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? You put in effort into the space and how it looks and feels, but that all adds to what you serve.
For sure.
So that has to be key.
Can't start skimping on that.
Yeah.
And pizza's interesting, like, not to get too detailed, but we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and to some people that might not seem that important, but the fat content of the cheese, our cheese never looks burnt. Mm-hmm. You never see like burnt spots. You might see a spot where there wasn't enough cheese on that area, and so maybe the crust kind of popped through there. But, you look at some of the bigger chains. We'll use Little Caesars maybe as an example. We've all eaten that $5 hot and ready. It got me through college for sure.
Who hasn't?
Right. But all those little brown spots are because they're using, they're using cheese. Okay. But it's...
We'll assume that.
Yes, we'll assume. Sorry, Little Caesars, love you. But it's mostly skim milk. There's not a lot of fat content, which it makes the cheese really cheap for them, which is how they're able to make pizzas for $5 or $6. But, you know, that's where you're seeing all those kind of like brown spots and things happen.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I always think Empire's pizza looks really pretty because the cheese is like a really nice white color. And we've just been doing that the whole time. Hand-picked tomatoes from Stanislaus, which is based out of California.
Okay.
That's also been extremely important for us. We've never strayed from using that brand. And again, same dough recipe, high gluten flour, and all those things have made a really quality base for all the crazy stuff we've decided to put on top of it.
Yeah. And you do put some crazy stuff on top of them.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Like I said, my I've been working with some consultants out of Texas for about 10 months now, and we've gotten a lot of our processes and things cleaned up. And I was speaking to them on the phone with our weekly call yesterday, and I said, what can I be working on? And they said, we just want you to like come up with marketing stuff, creative like ideas for pizzas and drinks, and you know, so that's what I get to do now.
Nice.
Less managing of people and more crazy ideas, which is what I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fun part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, cocktail tasting it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh. That's terrible.
I know. It's a rough life.
I feel like a lot of people start down that path because that's what they enjoy doing. And they feel like, oh, I'll just be testing pizzas all day and it'll be great. But you forget about everything else that you have to deal with to be able to get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. It takes a lot of attention. It takes a good team, which we've definitely built over the years, and they carry a lot of that weight for sure.
Nice. Yeah. And I mean, y'all always have a good team. Again, not only because you're sitting in front of me, I'd say this to anyone. Every time I've gone to Empire, great experience.
Awesome.
Everyone's always friendly. I mean, Burger Punk to that point. I mean, everywhere. So like the team really buys into what you're doing. So that's good.
I'm glad to hear that. That's one of my favorite things. I mean, we always say there's definitely one thing we can control inside this building, and it is how we act and how we take care of people. And sometimes that's the biggest focus of what's going on for us inside the building.
Nice. Well, so I guess the crazy pizza parts.
Yeah.
Is that something like now you're kind of coming up with a lot of things, or you always were probably?
There's been a lot of people coming up with stuff. Chefs
Okay.
have had over time, and staff that has an idea, or a manager who came up with something. You know, it's definitely a group effort.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I truly don't even know the last time that I made like a whole pizza. It's been a while as far as coming up with all the ingredients. I might say to someone, we should do a pie for the fair.
Right.
And then our culinary director says, you know, pickle pizza.
Pizza it is.
And then there we are, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Or
get the
pizza.
idea, and then I give some guidance, and then I do a little taste testing. But yeah,
Okay.
they put all the pieces together.
Nice. Have any of your special, because you do a monthly special, do any of those make it out on the regular menu ever?
Some of the pizzas that are on the menu now have started as specials. I couldn't tell you which ones. I've kind of forgotten over the years what used to be a special and became a full-time. I think No Sleep Till Brooklyn was one that was a special that ended up being on there full-time. That's like a more recent one. You know, Foghorn Leghorn was a special in the beginning. It wasn't called that in the beginning. It was
really?
called something else, but we needed to PG the name a little bit. So we went with a cartoon character from a long time ago.
That's one of my favorite pies. I always get that. Sriracha
It's
chicken.
one of our top 5 sellers when we look at that list. You want to take a guess at what some of the other high sellers are?
Oh, boy. This is...
Turning the tables around on you.
Pepperoni?
Well, yeah, okay. Okay, well, what about yes, pepperoni. Pepperoni always leads the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes double the amount of sales as
That's
every other
wild.
slice.
Yeah.
Cheese is up there, but sometimes cheese gets beat by... We're in Oklahoma.
Dougie Fresh.
That's a delicious pie.
Yeah.
I love that. MCA is actually extremely popular
Okay.
for cheese pizza. And then Notorious PIG,
Oh, yeah.
the meat lovers,
Yeah.
that we started serving that by the slice every day a few weeks ago. And so now every day you can get Notorious, cheese, pepperoni, and then there are 3 specialty slices that rotate daily as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That was one of the other things that I remember distinctly when Empire started was you could get pizza by the slice,
Right.
which was really cool because there weren't a lot of places in Oklahoma you could do that.
No, that was literally partially why we did it. One, because that allows people to spend $4 or $25, and that's allowed us to capture a lot more diverse clientele, because we don't really alienate people by income, especially in the neighborhood that we were in. You know, there's a historical neighborhood on the north side of the street, but there's a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood on the south side of the street. And it's so cool because we were seeing both neighborhoods kind of, converge together there at Empire, and everybody just having a good time. And maybe they were having a slice, or you could feed a whole family of 5 with an Empire pizza. It's 20 inches, it's 8 slices. Well, I guess it depends how hungry your family is, but yeah, at the time when we did that, Sauced was the only other place that I could think of that was doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of people said don't do it because it has a lot of waste.
The slices?
Yeah, it's probably too much to get into, but we have 6 slices of the day, and we're trying to keep up not knowing what people are going to order.
So your pie's always sitting there.
Yeah, so we have par cooked pies, which means they're cooked about 85% of the way. And then whenever we see a ticket come in for the slice, we take that and we finish it in the oven for you. But, at slower parts of the day, we have like a timer for the pizzas. So we definitely have a little waste with it, but you just figure it into what you're doing, and that's how you make it work. But someone tried to tell me we should just make all cheese pizzas and then just add toppings when people ordered them and put in the oven, which is actually what the old sauce used to do. And I said no. So never have done that.
That would be like the assembly line of pizza.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so going from pizza, what on all the other concepts, what is that also like a team effort coming up with new ideas? Because y'all just opened a new one. Elisabetta. Mm-hmm. I think I said that right.
Got it. Let's try to say it again. Well, we got it. We won it on the first try there.
Yeah, the Italian place.
The Italian
we'll
one.
call it.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, like Burger Punk, Rev at some point. What is that something that you see saying, hey, I think we need a Mexican place, I think we need a burger place? Or is it someone from your team saying, hey, I have this great burger, how about we start a place?
The truth is that it is me that first kind of throws the idea out there. My job is to know kind of what the city is up to. That's my role. And for example, Elisabetta, we don't really have a lot of independently owned handcrafted pasta restaurants in Oklahoma City. There are a few. And so we saw kind of a hole for that. It also felt like something that we could do. We already had, some kind of Italian experience going on by making pizza and some of the things that we've done with Empire flavors and ingredients and spices and things. Things like Burger Punk, where we bought a food truck from some friends and thought we were going to use it for catering, but then we never did, and I got tired of seeing it sitting there. And so I was thinking, what's the craziest food truck I've ever seen? And there's one in Seattle that looked like a giant pig. And I was like, okay, we need to make the truck look weird. And then I've worked on food trucks, and I was thinking, what could we do quickly? That's interesting. There's not a lot of here, and kind of went down the rabbit hole. And then we always give those places a personality. And I thought punk rock music would be a fun music personality. There's a place in Chicago called Kuma's Corner that plays thrasher metal. It's almost overstimulating when you go there. But I was very inspired by that place because when I first visited it, I saw people in business suits. I saw older people. I saw kids, and they were all just headbanging while they're eating burgers in Chicago. I thought it was insane. So all that being said, I literally then texted our chef at the time and said, and then I came up with names for the burgers, but I didn't know how to make the burgers. So I'm not a chef.
You didn't go to burger school?
I didn't go to burger school. Nope, but there's still time. But yeah, then Andrew just said, okay, I know what to do. And he just took off with it. So there was the collaboration part after that.
Okay.
That's just an example. Rev happened because a developer said, we want a neighborhood restaurant. It was a little bit in an area that was just being developed. Sunnyside Diner had gone in. there's been some infill around that. That was in 2015, probably when I had that conversation for the first time, because Rev opened in November of 2016. But when they kind of told me what they were looking for, I thought of another place in Chicago I had been to that was a taco place and called Big Star, and thought, let's just model kind of after that. That ended up not really fitting with the group anymore after a period of time, but we had a blast with it. But that one was truly built because the landlords kind of gave me parameters. I would not recommend that because then you end up making decisions for, you need to find a space to build what you love and not try to create something to fill a space. That's my best advice for people. And we did that with Goro. Jeff and I were doing pop-up dinners. I had known him since he was in college. He and my sister were good friends. He used to work at Sushi Neko. They say Neko there. But when I say that, people look at me like I'm trying to be too bougie with it or something. So we'll just put both out there. You decide. But Jeff worked there, and he used to bring us some of the house salad dressing there, the ginger dressing. And so I knew him from him being friends with my sister, kind of kept up with him over the years. I didn't even have Empire opened yet. I was running the Blue Note Lounge on 23rd and Robinson when it was still smoking. Whew. And I remember sitting in the office. Oops, sorry guys. I was working on a different project while I was working there. My bad.
Who hasn't done that?
No one does that at 84. No one better do that. Or at least let me in on it. But yeah, I had messaged Jeff about some graphic design work. He's an amazing graphic designer. And I was like, what are you up to with that ramen truck? And he was saying it's so hard, it's hot, and we're trying to do all these events. But for a lot of people who've had food trucks, Oklahoma City is not very food truck friendly. It's not like Austin where there's just a billion people walking around. You truly have to go to a very specific area to do it, or do private events and whatnot. So my mom had been going to all these underground pop-up dinners. Again, this was probably we probably did this in 2014. God, that was so long ago. And so I was like, let's do some pop-up dinners. I'll pair cocktails to go with the food you make. And we did that for a year. It was called Project Slurp. Got really good reception from people, probably because they got very inebriated on the 6 cocktails I was making. I ended up learning that I had to either make a half-size cocktail or, I was just telling people, I was like, you have to control yourselves, what you drink on your own. I'm not in charge of you. I just make the drinks. But I'm just
here for fun.
They had so much fun. It would sell out every time, and it was so cool. And that gave Jeff and I an opportunity to test our working relationship and food and kind of see if it had legs in the city. I think Tamashi maybe had been open or maybe was just opening while we were still doing that. And then in the Plaza District, just a little bird told me that they were going to redo an apartment building into some restaurant and retail space. And I was one of the first ones to know about it. And it was the perfect size for a ramen shop. And so in that instance, we had been playing with something that turned into Goro Ramen, what started in the Plaza. So there's all these different ways that stuff happens. Sometimes just a crazy idea. We have a lease and we need to fill it with something that the neighborhood needs. But yeah, again, it totally is a team effort, building and operating and believing in those things. Yes, and believing in those things.
How important is belief?
I tell people that all the time. If I no longer will allow myself to do things that I'm not believable with. And I wasn't believable with a traditional taqueria. And I apologize that I did not recognize that early enough.
Just put a Q in your name.
I just let my team, who were all amazing chefs and cooks that had worked with us for so long, kind of just do their cuisine. Yeah. And we just put it together. But anyways.
Yeah. I used to love tacoing my nacho. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because that was, again, you're like,
God, that was such a good idea. I forgot about that.
That was a really good
Dang,
idea.
we were so smart.
Yeah. We're so smart. I don't know what's happening now.
Yeah, we're becoming one. Do you like scary movies?
I used to as a kid. I haven't really watched a lot as
People
I've grown
keep
up.
saying that. Everyone's getting more scared all the time. Anyway, sidebar.
I mean, have you walked out? No, I'm just kidding.
There's a new there's a new one that's called Together, and anyways, what we just said there reminded me that I can't wait to see that one.
Oh, okay.
It's like a couple that is together too much, and they start kind of getting like their bodies kind of like start getting stuck together.
Oh, really together.
Yeah, that's the creepy part. Anyways.
All right, so I feel like, and I haven't been to Elisabetta yet, but from the pictures I've seen and the menu and all of that, that looks like a little bit of a different vibe.
Yeah.
Than all the other places.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like an intentional choice? Was that something like, hey, I want to try something different? Was it because that fit the Italian theme? Like, what was the...
Some of us on the team have been talking for a while now about doing a higher end restaurant. A lot of us have worked in fine dining before. The time wasn't right, especially coming out of COVID. It was an odd time. We had Gun Izakaya. That was a higher end restaurant, which we replaced with Goro. We moved Goro from the plaza to the building that Gun was in. Mm-hmm. And, I knew we could do it. I knew we could do the service. My operating partner there is our director of operations for 84. He used to be the general manager at Boulevard Steakhouse in Edmond back in the day and has a ton of wine knowledge. One of our bar manager there came from the Metro. He's incredible. And also, there were people that we had around us on the team. And I truly was driving down Western at night. And people hate riding with me because my head's on a swivel. I'm always like, what's that building? What's there? Ooh, what's that?
What's that sign?
Yes. Don't listen, Oklahoma City police. But
hey, you're not on your phone. You're just looking around.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
And I happened to drive past a building that I had driven past 100 times. And it was the old Alabaucha space.
Oh, yeah.
On the south corner of 73rd and Western. And which also houses Bin 73 to give you guys some reference as to where that is exactly. So it has these really cute lamp posts that are outside that are kind of Parisian feeling. And they were on because it was dark. And I had driven past that building 1,000 times in the daytime. And so anyway, somehow the lamp post caught my attention and I took a very careful turn.
Yes. I looked all the way around.
Yeah. Signaled and took a very slow turn. Anyway, so I hopped out and I'm that creep that's always face against the glass, checking the door. What's in here? And the next day called the landlord, said, what's going on with this? It had been empty for a while. And they said, we're just looking for the right tenant. And I said, okay, I think I have an idea. And at the time, I really didn't even know what I wanted to build. But then that's when I went into how many square feet is the space and thought about the kitchen and what does Oklahoma City need and started going down that rabbit hole. And then you do all the numbers. Because if you don't do the numbers first, like if you run the numbers and things aren't making sense, it's not going to work. It's not going to work for very long.
Yeah.
The business part of it has to make sense also.
Right.
And so I went down my little formula of what I've created to run myself through that and contacted a really good friend of mine is an architect based out of Houston who's done hotels and restaurants and some private residences. And I said, please be my architect for this idea I have. And so he put together a rough sketch for the landlords and I started brainstorming. I had met some guys from Austin, some more guys from Austin, Texas. And they were really skilled in Italian cuisine. They have a restaurant in Austin called Juniper. They just opened a new restaurant in Chicago called Nick and Junior's. And they operate several other concepts in Austin and in Texas. And we had become kind of new friends. And I said, can you guys consult on this project? Because I didn't really want it to be about a specific chef. I wanted it to be a team effort. And that's how Elisabetta was born. It was it just started by driving by and then taking those steps to get to that point. But I knew I wanted to create something that would feel timeless. I also wanted it to feel transportive. I think that's one of the highest compliments people can ever pay us is walking in somewhere and go, whoa, I don't feel like I'm in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
I love Oklahoma City, but I also know that we get a lot of people who move here or visit here who are from Chicago or New York or Los Angeles, and they're having a hard time finding those places that they're so used to seeing.
Right.
And that's what Elisabetta is. It's a fun, funky, we serve until midnight on the weekends, and
oh, that's nice.
big martinis, and the music goes up and the lights go far, far down. Yeah. And it's just a fun place, and the tables are close together, and it's small and it's comfy. And that's what you find a lot in New York. I mean, I don't know how the servers in New York do it. I could never carry a tray with that many people that close together.
And like squeeze through. Yeah.
In Paris, I was like, oh my God, it was incredible. I was so impressed. It gave me anxiety at the same time. But yeah, so Elisabetta was just, again, a combination of trying to build a place that we felt like we wanted to hang out in. And, I turned 40 last year. I'll be 41 Christmas Eve this year. And we felt like we just wanted to slow down and be a little more intentional with what we were able to do or what we were doing. We wanted to drink some wine. We wanted to have some martinis, and we wanted some pasta. So again, selfishly, it was sort of for us. But we also felt like there were a lot of people in Oklahoma City who would also appreciate that. And that is what has happened so far. I've been really fortunate to be very busy since we've opened. We're just doing 6 nights a week right now, but hope to expand that to 7 nights a week in the fall. And yeah, it's been a blast. And it's fun to work there. Because in the places like Burger Punk and Goro and Empire, there is some customer interaction and hospitality, but everything's moving so fast. And, we're literally serving pizza on paper plates. I can only talk about the pizza so much, to hype you up about it.
Right.
They're like, just let me eat my slice and let me be, you know.
Oh, if I'm in there, I feel like I'm asking all sorts of questions.
Cool. Well, of course. But yeah, it allows, I've enjoyed working there and being on the floor there and just meeting people. It's so fun. But that's what restaurants really are for me too, is creating community. And that has been really fun to watch people. Everybody knows everybody there. No, that's not true. I see people sit at the bar top. Everyone becomes friends in that restaurant somehow. It's incredible. They buy wine for each other, and they want a bite of my whatever they're eating. And tell me how your Caesar was. They're just talking, and
that's awesome.
There are no TVs, and I don't see people on their phones very often. It's also really hard to take a picture in because it's so dark in there.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's kind of cool, even though we probably need a few more pics out there. I've been running the social media kind of poorly, but also, God, I hate that we even have to do social media. It's so exhausting. Yeah. Just come there.
Just come and eat it.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of places that are created so people can take pictures. Because, they're going to post about it, and that's,
I know. And it's
part of the game.
It's literally become something we think about.
Yeah.
My sister was shooting the new Burger Punk special the other day, and I was like, wait, let me order all these pirate flag toothpicks real quick because people will like that. And that literally, she waited like 2 days to take the pictures until the damn toothpicks came in. I don't even know if people will care about those, but I felt like it was missing something that people
adds to the
needed.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. It completes the picture.
Burger Punk pirate punk rock burger.
Is that
shop.
what it is?
I don't know. They we're pretty edgy over there.
We're pretty edgy. Especially if you get the Doritos in the burger.
The Clash. Yeah. That's an awesome one. I used to eat that one all the time until the whiskey mushroom came around. Well, really the toothpick story is that there's a band called Black Flag. And so the original toothpick said Burger Punk on it, and they were like a black flag. It wasn't really a pirate theme, but the new toothpicks do have pirates on them. I don't know why.
Because it's fun.
Because it was fun. Yeah, for sure. And those kids, God, are they kids? I don't know who's a kid anymore. They have a blast with it. They love the music. They love working in the space. Their uniform is literally any band t-shirt. I see Taylor Swift shirts. I see Black Flag shirts or Portishead or Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, it's so fun because they get to have kind of their individual style with it.
Yeah.
But again, I think that kind of goes back to what you said earlier about people being kind. I think it's so important to make sure. I know what it feels like to be them. I've been them. I've been a dishwasher. I've been all these things. And so we really consider what it feels like to work there and how we treat people.
That's nice.
Because we've been on the opposite side of that. Learned a lot of what to do and a lot of what not to do along the way.
that's really cool that you obviously pay attention to and care about that, because you take care of your team take care of your people. Like,
we need them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And they deserve it. Just be a good human. It's not that hard.
Just be you'd be surprised.
Whatever.
We don't talk about that.
We don't need those people. Yeah. Just be good.
Yeah. That's something that my friend Ryan and I always say is like, because, with the tours, we visit different restaurants and we pay them for their food and all that stuff and take care of the staff. But we say without them, we can't do what we do. So we have to, because a lot of people are like, hey, so what deals do you have? Do they give you food for free? What do they do? And it's really just us being like, no, we want to pay you for your food, but just give us priority, please.
Yeah. Or, can we call ahead?
Yeah.
At Empire, we don't really take reservations, but if you need a table for 20 for your food tour, we're going to try to make it work.
Oh, you heard it here.
Burger Punk, a little trickier, very tiny.
Yeah.
But possible.
Yeah. So the Paseo tour, we've capped at like 8 or 10 people.
Okay,
because
perfect.
of the spaces.
Yeah.
We tried going bigger. It became a little bit of a nightmare. We're like, nope, can't do that. Can't do that. It's gotta be small.
Mm-hmm.
But
we can handle that.
I mean, everyone at Burger Punk, because initially they're like, oh, we can't really do, because everyone has like a system that they follow, right? And then once we explain, be like, hey, this is what we're doing. And they're like, oh, okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they're like, oh, we can't, we don't want to break our system because obviously it's created in a way to
for
work.
A reason.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But once people get it, they're like, oh, yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem.
We always say we have to train the guest in the way that we want to do something. That's been kind of fun at Elisabetta, too. So it's very small, and if people haven't been there before, they'll show up like 45 minutes early thinking they can just grab a seat at the bar and grab a cocktail. And it's hard to break their hearts with that sometimes, but the patio's been helpful to at least say, grab a seat in the hot sun and have a free complimentary glass of sparkling while you wait.
Yeah.
Since you're 45 early. We appreciate you.
They were just excited.
And we love you.
They were just excited.
Yes, most definitely. So it's been fun. And you're right, they are excited.
Yeah. They were like, I don't want to lose my spot. I gotta be there.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I feel like there's a lot more that I could ask you and talk about.
Well, this has been going on for 13 years almost, my restaurant life.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot. We'll have to do a part 2 sometime and think of some other questions.
We should. I mean, just like
into.
Personal curiosity to be like, how did the expansion work? How did you scale? Because obviously, one of the biggest problems that I've seen people have is when they scale, their food isn't the same, their quality might drop, their standards kind of vary from time to time, but I haven't seen that happen at Empire.
Well, we hit it pretty well.
Yeah.
But the reason I've had consultants for 10 months is because we were starting to see a lot of inconsistencies, and our team has really grown up together. Most of what we know, we've learned together. We weren't working in big corporate chains. We were working for Boulevard, and we were working for The Wedge and Blue Note and those types of places. And when you work at those types of places, it's awesome because they're independent. You know who you're working for, but the systems are lacking sometimes. And so we didn't have a lot of experience. We were just doing our best. But it got to the point where, having 2 stores in Tulsa, Stillwater, Edmond, 2 slice shops in Oklahoma City, the original Plaza location of Empire, and then the Paycom location. So there's 8. Yeah. And I was starting to see some issues. And it could be anything from the training programs to no one's ovens were ever on the same temperature. No, some people didn't even know what temperature they were supposed to be. And it blew my mind, but I realized we didn't make a document and we weren't checking it every 3 days to make sure that we made it a habit, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing the last 10 months is that very tedious, how, reshot photos of how to build all the pizzas. And this is the temperature the ovens go on, and certifying our front of house management teams as pizza makers so that they can be helpful, but also be confident and holding the kitchen accountable and get respect from the kitchen whenever they say that's not right. And the kitchen goes, you don't know. Yeah. And they're like, get out of my way. I'm making this pizza. I'll show you that I do know. Yeah. Not that they're just helping each other out. But it's been so helpful to do that because it can get out of control. And a lot of those, Empire duplication we really didn't build a second location. I mean, we built Easy-E in 2017.
Which was the one next to
the original Empire, which became Neon, at some point, but after COVID. But the only reason we built that is because we just were so busy we couldn't do to go at the original plaza.
Yeah.
And we kind of riffed off the place I mentioned in Austin because they had the same problem. And they had built literally right down across a little alley a to-go shop only. They looked so similar. I always give those guys props. I'm like, I want you guys to know that you helped us get this figured out.
Me.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And so think about that. Empire opened in 2013, and we didn't build a second one until 2017. And then we didn't build, let's see, oh my gosh. So we moved down the street 2019, I think is when we moved to get a bigger space. Mm-hmm. And then I always lose track of who went where. Then COVID happened. We moved Easy-E to Nichols Hills Plaza. And then Tulsa opened 5 days before COVID hit.
Oh.
Yeah. Still trying to recover in that area because it was downtown, very events driven, next door to a historical music venue. We all know there were no shows happening for a while.
Yeah.
And then downtown there just never quite recovered. And I could have a whole podcast about that if you guys would like sometime. But we're still there and we're still trying to make it work. But yeah, all these kind of things started happening. And then Edmond came in 2022, I think. And then, yeah, I just got a little bit out of control.
Kind of ramped up since then because...
Well, what we're doing right now is trying to figure out, can we build more of these or is this it?
Oh, okay.
And we'll see. What do you think? Need some more?
I mean, I feel like you could always have some more.
Okay. Well, because you said so.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the one driving
this. You didn't know it, but you're in charge. Burger Punk, we mentioned that earlier. That's another one that we had one. The Paseo location, which that opened in February of 2020. So it also had a rough kind of start. God, what a wild time.
That was such a wild... I remember that was operating out of Rev.
Yes.
And you'd have we'd always go and get the bag of burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, we were selling groceries at one point. What were we doing?
Everyone was selling everything.
It was wild. We're like, need toilet paper? Come to Rev. I don't know. It was so wild. But yeah, so we're looking at Burger Punk. We built another in the Britton Road district. I guess it just turned a year-ish old. So
it's already
that's
been a year?
The one, the Britton Road. Yeah,
Man.
I think. I lose track of time.
I feel like it's probably pretty close to that.
Yeah, I think it's like a year and a half.
Yeah. Wow.
The Paseo one's been open for 5 years.
That's wild.
Believe that?
Yeah.
Wow. God, we're getting old. So anyway, duplication. I think Burger Punk could see some more duplication. We'll figure out if Empire keeps going and if so, where. And then what do we build next?
What do we build next?
I should not build anything else.
I mean,
but I probably will. My business coach is always like, maybe just focus on what you have. I was like, boring.
Been there, done that. It's doing its thing. I need to do more things.
Well, and I always say, as long as the team wants to keep going they are hungry for more, that's the main driver of it as well. If they can handle it and we're in a good place, why not?
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. True. So is that kind of what you're weighing with Empire? If you're like, can we still scale, keep quality? Does everyone want to do it? Where would we do it?
I think we've nailed down the quality and it's all gotten so much better. There's a lot of things you'll notice when you go in there now. They have printed menus again, and there's a lot of thought going in behind the scenes as to how people act. Working on the website and loyalty programs, and Chelsea, my sister that runs all of our social medias, bless her, she's given TikTok a run right now, and we never tried that before, but it's crazy. People love that.
Yeah.
I can't have TikTok because I can't be any more distracted than I already am.
I doom scroll enough. I don't have TikTok yet.
Yeah.
I should probably. Everyone's like, how do you not have TikTok?
I need to know how it works, but I can't have it. I really need to just delete everything as it is. I got stuff to do, But yeah, we're working on a lot of that stuff behind the scenes, and it's looking good. I think Empire can do more, but it takes money and finding the right spot.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And more people.
And more people.
Yeah.
The hardest part.
That's
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is the hardest part.
It is. It is. Those slice houses have sometimes 60 employees.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't think it would be.
Okay, how many employees does our company have as a whole.
Oh gosh, I didn't realize we were doing trivia. Okay, so you have 8 empires. You have 2 burger punks.
Don't overthink it.
Okay, fine. 600.
God, I hope not. I think we have like probably pushing 380 or something like that.
Okay.
People, I hate it because I used to know everybody.
Oh.
And now I walk into stores and I'm just like, I want to know everyone's names. It's important to me. But it's a restaurant industry. We have turnover and kids come work there and then they go back to school and all kinds of stuff happens.
Yeah.
But we did do a little exercise recently to see from a retention standpoint. We had like 125 employees or more who've been with us for more than 5 years.
5? Wow.
125 employees that have been with us for 5 years or more.
That's awesome. That's like a third of your people.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That was probably the craziest stat I heard in the last 2 years, and maybe the most important one.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's...
It's because I'm so nice.
Yeah, obviously.
Fun. Tell your friends.
I promise. I make cocktails.
Yeah. I get to do all the fun stuff now. I don't have to be the person in there telling you to do something.
You just tell someone else to do that.
Yeah. So now I look so nice all the time.
All right, anything that we've forgotten to mention with 84 Hospitality?
I mean, we've talked about so much.
Yeah.
Goro.
You all know where to find them. 84 Hospitality, Goro, Burger Punk, Elisabetta. Mm-hmm. I think I said that right.
You're doing it so well, like too well. You're making me look bad.
Empire, no, I don't think that's possible.
Empire, yeah, slice shops and slice houses. It's important to know if you see a slice shop that it's a counter service model, which means it's a little bit smaller. Order at the counter. They have beer and wine, but no liquor. And you can still dine in at those locations. There's one that a lot of people don't know exists, but is one of my favorite build outs, and it's at Mayfair, which is 47th and May. There's a summer moon on the corner that goes, if you're headed south from 50th, you'd hit Aldi on the west side of the street. And if you turn right after Aldi to the west, you'll see Empire Slice Shop there. Cute little patio. I need to do a better job of kind of getting the word out about their location because it's awesome and it's tucked back off the street just a little bit, but you'll see Summer Moon on the corner so you can grab a slice, grab some caffeine, grab some groceries, and then get in that May traffic.
All in, yeah.
Good luck turning out of there.
Go there right at 4:45.
Yeah, they're building a lot of stuff over there. I saw Taco Casa coming. You like that? Mm-hmm. And of course there's a Starbucks. I'm not sure what's going on across the street where I think Michael's and a lot of that stuff used to be something. But yeah, that area is definitely seeing a little redo. And it kind of started with the building that we're in, which used to be an old Ron's Hamburgers.
I'm seeing a common trend that you're the catalyst.
Tell everyone. Tell all the landlords that and ask them to give me free rent.
Yeah, look, if I come here, others will follow, so you want me to start this off.
That is truly like something people need to learn about the power of their company and business as well. I'm trying to remember that about us, that I think we are growing to be something that is important because we care about the communities that we're in. We employ a lot of people. We do a lot of things. I mean, Empire literally has a permanent 25% discount for teachers. Whether you're retired or private or college, it doesn't matter. And that's because, again, we're trying to be good humans and promote that. And that should equal free rent. See that formula?
I like that. I think that equates.
But yeah, anyways. So yeah, the 2 slice shops here, and I'm about to go visit the Edmonds store after this and see what they're up to. It's been a minute.
Nice. Be ready. Well, they're not going to hear this until months. But yeah.
I'll just go in and be nice, and I'll hold any comments I have and work through other people with those. So.
Well, thanks for taking the time out and joining us. We'll do an episode 2 where we talk about the things that we didn't talk about.
Okay.
And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and follow us on social media at OKC Foodcast while you're following all the 84 Hospitality Hangouts. And another quick thank you to our sponsor, Vault 405, for providing this great space for us to record this podcast. And If you need a co-working space, look no further than downtown Edmond. Enjoy the traffic during rush hour. But that's the beauty about co-working. You can come before rush hour and leave after, or leave before. You can make your own schedule. It's great. So Vault 405 here in downtown Edmond. Thanks again. And until next time, eat well and be happy.